It's really important for soon-to-be parents to know this. It's hard to admit, and I'm honestly still trying to figure out like what is the right mindset around it. Pretty much the more mom friends I'm talking to, the more I realize this is a continuation of my previous video on skewed expectations, and I'm gonna try my best to put this into words, but it's really hard to describe, and I feel like that might be one reason why people don't talk about it often. It's hard to, first of all, admit. Second of all, it's hard to also adequately express. But I feel like it's really important for soon-to-be parents to know this, because again, everything I'm sharing in my videos are things that I wish I had known or someone had told me in detail, the reality version, before going on into parenthood for the first time. I just feel like it's so easy to like treat taking care of a baby or managing their sleep, managing their feeding, managing their crying, like everything. You just treat it like there is a formula and you're trying to like crack the code. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, of course there's like a lot of tips and guidance and advice for like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? I've just had this like metric of success for myself of like minimal crying equals success. And so when my baby cries or fusses and I can't seem to figure out what's wrong, that adds to this like false expectation for myself of like, how come my baby doesn't enjoy me, or how come I don't know how to take care of her well. I know I shouldn't be asking those things of myself, but it's like just natural questions that pop into your head when you do have skewed expectations for yourself and what it looks like to take care of a baby. And then take for example baby sleep. There's a whole world of baby sleep, if you didn't know, about like their wake windows and how to get them to sleep longer, and you know, but you also don't want them to sleep too long because it steals from nighttime sleep. You don't want them undertired or overtired because both of that makes them not sleep. And then also if they're overtired by the end of the day because all their naps are off, they're not going to sleep well at night, and then they'll wake up and then they wake up early in the morning. It just makes you so on edge all the time about their sleep. And I'm honestly still trying to figure out like what is the right mindset around it. The only thing I can really think of is like I'm actually thinking about it all wrong again. Like it's not supposed to be this formulaic, you know, get all of these things perfectly right. It's more just guidance to help with sleep, and the reality of it all is you're not going to be able to control your baby, and so it's all about just going with the flow and being adaptable and using these guidelines more as like tips to help with certain situations, but not necessarily like rules that you need to follow. That's like been the mindset switch that I've been trying to adopt for myself. Really just get used to not being in control and being able to go with the flow and adjusting as needed. And having a cranky or overtired baby, or a baby who wakes up multiple times, is not the end of the world. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you're doing things wrong. Like, you're just trying your best. But yeah, it's just wild that nobody really talks about this, or maybe it's just how I'm wired naturally, wanting clear guidelines to follow for a certain result, coupled with skewed expectations like I talked about when it comes to the reality of taking care of a baby. Another false expectation I've had is just even like needing to stimulate my baby constantly and feeling bad if I'm not. Like, you know, if I'm busy cooking and I need to leave her in the bouncer for a few minutes, or if I'm, you know, recording this video and she just woke up from her nap, like, do I stop everything to entertain her? Because basically like all the content you see again online is like all these activities that people do with their babies, but people don't actually tell you the reality of like it's okay to like leave them alone and help them to learn independence in little bits and pieces, not all the time. But I feel like there's so much pressure that I've been putting on myself to just constantly be her like 24/7 entertainer every time she's awake. And then of course it's like, how could you get anything else done if you're trying to do that by yourself? Pretty much the more mom friends I'm talking to, the more I realize everyone has a very different parenting style, different antics, different preferences. But at the end of the day, you know, babies all grow up and they turn out okay. And I just have to trust that she's gonna turn out okay and that I am doing a good job, even if it doesn't feel like it. Because I literally feel like I have no idea what I'm doing still and just making it up as I go. Let me know in the comments if you can relate or you understand what I mean, so I don't feel like a crazy person. And make sure to like and subscribe for more unfiltered first-time motherhood content and things that social media just doesn't tell you. See you guys.